Welcome to day 500 in my HEX journey. I hope you're doing all great. Thanks to my latest subscriber DJ Cryptomatic. Welcome to the hood, brother, and please now make sure to hit that like button. Let's get this video up to 200 likes. Hit that subscriber button and turn on post notification to get notified for every new video. And now let's get started with today's episode. In today's episode we have to cover a lot of news. For the first point, we're gonna have a quick look at the usual HEX stats. I'm gonna show you the stats, where are we at the moment and what is going to happen. Also in terms of charts, and then the second main topic will be a quick summary about the recent live stream from Richard Hart last night. I'm gonna show you what we know already pretty much for sure, and certain topics are still open. And then as the last topic, I show you what the ETH Berlin fork had as a consequence. It is active, yes, and we will talk about this as well in this video. So now let's get started right away. If we jump into, first we're gonna see our HEX wallet on go.hex.com. You can see the current day 500. It's incredible. We have now 500 days in this product, in this working product. That is great. You can see the total supply of HEX is still steady, 569 billion HEX tokens. My portfolio of roughly 30 million HEX tokens didn't change that much, but I changed a little bit the staking strategy. We will see this in a second as well. But first, over to the stats. The T-share daily close price in USD is at the moment on a rise. If we zoom in a little bit, we can see we had an all-time high, a new all-time high of $374 for one T-share. At the moment, yesterday's close price was around $320. This is all good. It's pretty damn high. And if you have a look at the chart, this could be another accumulation phase going on right here. And after that, we will just make new all-time highs pretty damn soon, as we always did. And in USDC, you should not underestimate the fluctuation of the value, because the T-share price is indeed just priced in HEX, and this is always going up. The price of a T-shirt cost in HEX is always going up. Keep that in mind. If we scroll down a little bit, you can see the daily HEX payout per T-share. It's going sideways and steady. We see recently a lot of new stakes, a lot of long-term big stakes. They are just getting the T-shares in. They are reserving their T-shares for 10-15 years. But on the other hand side, we see as well short-term big stakes, which are just boosting up this T-share rate. So overall, we are sitting now on the daily data around 37% APY. This could come down a little bit as more people come in and stake for longer. As Richard Hart said yesterday, he was kind of surprised that we already jumped from 4.5 years to almost 5.5 years average duration. It is going really fast. So for yesterday, you got a payout of 5.7 HEX per T-share. This is pretty damn amazing. So let me hop over quickly to the staking tab, and you will see the short change I made in my staking strategy. We will see this in a second as well on the public chart where we visualize our ladder. So let me sort my active stakes real quick. You can see I still have stakes coming out in the next few days. Of course, this was the first time we staked, so every 5 days I have roughly 100 HEX tokens coming out, plus the big payday. Let me zoom out a little bit, and you can see as well we should have a total value of roughly 170,000 HEX tokens. This is pretty damn nice. Overall, 52% APY. So the change now which is happening and which is working great, you can see we have now the 1 million stakes in just to do the T-share preservation. And if you make a short calculation, I need roughly 6 of those bastards here to form a new 1 million stake. So 5 times 12 would be roughly 60, let's say 72 T-shares I have to burn just to get the HEX value out. But if I'm gonna stake them for longer, and for now the plan is working so far because I'm a little bit faster than the T-share price, but this can change any day. I get now 175, 171 T-shares, so overall I'm gaining roughly 100 T-shares. Of course, over the time I will gain less T-shares, but this is all good for me. Overall, I'm preserving my total amount of T-shares, and I will continue to build my ladder like this. You can see as well, this stake already earned 30,000 HEX in interest and will run still, I think, let me see, 5,525 days. If we hop now over to graphhex.rocks and we're gonna analyze this staking ladder on a visual basis, you can see, boom, it's loading, and it is exactly what I told you just before. I have here on the left side still my jumping ladder, which is a little bit a learning curve from the beginning. If we zoom out again, you can see the nice distributed ladder over the next 15 years. We have some sort of a wave formation going on. Maybe I can catch some price highs during the next 15 years. As well, now I started to put the 1 million stakes in just to make the overall T-share preservation. You see this as well on top here. I have now more T-shares than before. This is all good. The plan seems to work so far. If we hop over to hexinfo.io, you can see the important market data. Hex compared to the US dollar is up 336x. This is perfectly nice. Compared to Bitcoin, we are up 39x, and compared to Ethereum, we are up 18x. And now let's proceed to the staker app. We can see already the penalties this day. Today we're going to start with the penalties in the last 24 hours. We can see over 8 million HEX tokens were paid out to the active stakers and the away address. This is wonderful. This here is a big end stake of 7.5 million. Thank you very much. 0x83, you paid in total 16.9 million HEX tokens in penalties. That is wonderful. Thank you very much for your service. Keep pressing the red button. We're gonna see the fees in a second in the next topic, so let me proceed with the staking ladder. We're gonna do another video about this. It is really important. You should see the majority of the HEX is staked in the first 30% of the timeline. We have an accumulation over here in the middle around the 10-year mark, and then it's starting to get accumulated back here on the 15 years mark. But just keep in mind, if you zoom in from 10 to 15 years, you have a lot of empty nice spots to place your stake. Just that. And now let's proceed to Uniswap. On the Uniswap exchange, we have two active pairs at the moment, the USDC ETH pair and the the HEX USDC ETH pair and the HEX USDC pair. But now the site is not loading, so let me see if we can fix that in a second. Yes, it is coming. You see the HEX USDC pair, the total liquidity sits around 5.5 million. It's steadily rising. If we see the all chart, we can see we are really going strong. We are going up and trying to reach the 6 million mark. On the other side, let me refresh the HEX Ethereum pair. Maybe it will work this time. Wonderful, it's coming already. So let's see the total liquidity in here. Of course, we have to change just to prevent some price manipulation on the ETH pair. Once the ETH pair should dump, we are safe with USDC. Overall, 3 million liquidity. That looks dope. On nomics.com, we can see Bitcoin is above $62 and Ethereum sits around $2,458. This is wonderful. Just scroll a little bit down. The Uniswap token, this motherfucker is rising. Congratulations. Anyway, I dumped my for HEX. This was maybe a good decision in the long term. You will see. And now let me scroll down a little bit. On position 19, we find now the HEX token with a total market cap over 10 billion US dollars. The price is up 9%. The 7-day prediction, I don't care. At the moment, we are chilling just below the 2-cent mark. I guess another accumulation is just going on. Some people try to get more HEX, and this is wonderful. So now to the second topic of yesterday. We saw yesterday's live stream of Richard Hart, and he has absolutely amazing. It was over 8 hours. So let me just switch back quick to the camera and we can talk about the main topics. I took out the main topics of this live stream. We know now for sure that you will have your HEX liquid and your HEX staked all on the new Pulse chain. This will mean you will have 2 HEX tokens, one HEX ETH, one HEX Pulse, and the market will decide which token will have the higher value, or they maybe will find a equal price floor. So the next thing what we already know is that the max length stake is not changing anything. The max length stake is still 5,555 days, so this feature will not be changed. The native Pulse chain token, maybe the Pulse token, whatever, is not clear yet. It's not defined yet. As well, we know that there should be some validators for the proof of stake action. The total amount of the validators could range from 20 to 100. We will see this as well. We don't know yet what is exactly the parameters to be a validator, but what we know, you need some beefy hardware. So let me continue. There are some proof of stake validators. The amount, as I said, is unclear, and it is unclear how we're going to do an airdrop or something similar to an airdrop. We saw in the future, if we do a native a native hard fork and just copy all the coins. Normally this has a negative price impact, but I also saw some speculation about if he's gonna copy the full system state of the Ethereum blockchain. That would be wonderful. We would have all the tokens on the new Pulse chain. This could be really an interesting feature overall. So overall, we know definitely we have our HEX on the ETH chain and we will get our HEX on the Pulse chain. Doesn't matter if it's staked or liquid, you will be safe. And even the dudes from Staker app, Steph and Fireban, announced that they will support the upcoming fork from Ethereum to the Pulse chain. So all good with that. I'm really convinced, and we should see some updates by end of the month. We will see some more definitions about the game theory, and I'm really looking forward for that. So now to the next topic. Let me switch quickly back to this screen. We can see the gas fees are going bananas. Now we are already sitting at 572 GUI for the fastest transaction. Maybe this value goes up. We can see a huge spike. I'm not really sure what's going on, but what I know, it is the Berlin hard fork. It is done. So we are active. You can see this here. The upgrade is now live on the Ethereum mainnet, and you can also see we have some live client status. Infura is already in sync. We have other nodes which are ready and synced. Not really sure why they're not up here, but anyway, the Berlin hard fork happened, and as well the EIP 2929 is active. That will mean the gas prices should also rise just for the asload function. This means if you would like to end your stake on your go.hex wallet, this could mean an increase of the cost for the transaction. We will see. Just consider you have 2 weeks of time to end your stake. After that, you will lose 1% of your stack per week. So maybe, just maybe, consider to wait a little bit until the end of the month, when we will see some new informations about the Pulse chain fork, and we will also see how fast we will proceed and how fast we will get our coins on the new chain. But now for that, this is it already for today. If you found any value in this video, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. This would be really appreciated. Drop a comment down below if you have any questions. Stay long and fat, stay safe out there, and see you in the next one. Peace.